Good afternoon, everyone. This is Renan from the Philippines. So I just want to share my experience and also the applications of Nano and Gans in our physical body. So I'm gonna share my screen so everybody can see. Can you see? Okay. Rick, can you see the share screen?
Yes.
I can see it fine here. How are you, Rick?
Everything is okay with us. Yeah.
Okay, so before I start, I put always a warning in all of my drawings, especially on health. So we need to be careful in handling these materials, the nanos and GANs. So avoid physically touching the skin with the nano materials and GANs. Always be reminded, and never consume or eat ganses. We don't need to consume it. We just need interaction of fields. So this will be experimental, and we need to test it. So all of us followers here, we need to test it. I've tested it by myself in our family, many already for a week here, and we need to try this with our own risk. Okay, and it is our responsibility for our health. So we have no approved therapeutic claims. We still have no clinical study published. We will be putting it out soon. Further study and consultation is required. So we need to have, as Mr. Rikesh said, about having testimonials. So we need to document it all. So we will have references soon. And for external use only, no intrusion to your skin, to your body. And do not apply to open wounds yet. So we'll further testing. So you can use cloth to cover sensitive skin areas before applying. So this is another warning. So all of us can see, avoid touching the skin with nanomaterials and GANs. Never consume or eat any ganses. Always use protective or safety gloves, mask, anything in handling these items. So I will now go to the proper teaching. So this is what I tested. Testing 1, this is my first test item. A nano health wires. I call them nano health wires because it's basically a nano-coated copper wire. So my objective was to be able to relieve muscle, joint, and other pains in the body. And what methods I use are the following. The Foot Enhanced Reflexology Map Guide. So I'm gonna show it later. And I also use the direct point to the area of pain. So I advise that don't point it in the head area, only below the neck area. If you're gonna do something on the head, follow the Foot Enhanced Reflexology Map Guide. So what do we need? Pointed nano-coated copper wire, plastic tube, or a plastic accessory bead. And next is how to make it. So I know most of us here have experience in nano coating. So you just prepare not too long wire, so only 2 inches, any size you want, any gauge, any thickness, and a tube, same length to cover it all, and also a plastic round bead just to have a point that will hold it. So I'll show it. If those who don't know how to nano coat, you can refer to the YouTube's videos and Facebook groups who can teach you how to nano coat. Next is number 2 is how to make. You form your nano-coated wire in this shape. As you can see, there's a pointed portion and a bend here going back. So I'm gonna explain why later. Next is you insert the tube just to cover it so nobody can hold the nanomaterial, and you insert a bead. Or somebody use also, they extend the tubes if they don't have a bead. They just extend the tubes longer. So that this bead will be the one to touch the skin, not the nanomaterial, this plastic bead. If it needs, then you don't need to remove the clothing of the person if you are treating at the back. So leave clothes on. So next is just to make it, apply some glue or adhesive to make it stronger and sturdier. and you need to test it. So check and try the device. Try to let it float above your palm, not touching your palm, just above your palm, and feel the energy field beaming down. Rotate it clockwise, counterclockwise, just feel it. And upon doing that, you can feel like a laser field or a beam, an energy field pointing towards your palm. How to use? So simple. First, I always ask the patient about the history of the pain and his or her intentions to be healed. So if he wants to get healed. That's so basic. You need to set the mind of the person that he wants to be healed and set his emotions. The next is hold the nano wire, health wire at node B. So you can see node B and directly point it to node A, to the part of the pain or the reflexology foot hand chart to see the nerve ends of the certain parts of the body. The next step is you just send your healing intentions to that person through your mind, at the same time pointing the nano health wires until the person can feel some tiny electricity or a tingling sensation. You can ask him or her if she can feel it, or it's like heating up. So sometimes it numbs the area, so it can be 30 seconds or lesser. So until she feels or he feels that there's something getting in or getting out. So what are the points? So you can refer to the hand reflexology chart. So this is what I use, different parts. So head, brain, sinuses. You can download this in the internet. There are different kinds of maps. So you just point the nano health wires to the certain areas in the reflexology chart, and it works. I usually use the foot chart, this one. So you can have different parts here. So all are listed there, the lymph. So these are the nerve endings, no? Nerve endings located. So we can treat the whole body using the hands and the feet. And one thing I also understood is the energy flow of the body. For male, our left hand, our left area receives the fields, and our right area emits the fields or gives. And for the women, it's the opposite side. So usually I start treating with the entry of fields. So I start treating the entry of fields. Then after that, if there's still pain, I go to the opposite side, to the exit of fields, to make it a continuous flow of the energy that is passing through the veins, the lymph, and the blood vessels. So here's the flow with your wire. So you have a basic wire. The flow is a magnetical and gravitational. So they're both wires flowing, but here we have maximized the direction and going to this point. So there's fields flowing in, then all the fields here, I just draw two, but there's all fields around here. So all the surrounding fields are absorbed to this material. So nanomaterials are absorbing all spectrums of fields. So it is absorbed. Then our body receives what it needs, what our body needs. So if our body needs this amount, so it receives it. If our body does not need anything, it does not work in that area. So this is why it works. It just absorbs the energy in the surroundings, especially when you're the one holding it and your intentions is already an energy. So your intentions of healing is also sent through this channel. So you're just beaming in all the absorbed energy in you and the surroundings, as well as the intention of the person you are processing. Other configurations, possibly, this is one important thing. We need to know the right hand rule. In treating the processing body, we need to use the counterclockwise flow of fields, the positive fields, as just I observed. So using your right hand, right thumb pointing up, and when you close your fingers, you can see where it turns. So the field turns that way when the current goes up. So you direct it going up when you turn the fields, when you do the coiling. So this also applies in the energy system, the coiling. So, okay. Then the opposite, the clockwise flow still, your right hand, turn down, the direction of the field goes down. So this application, I think we don't use this in the body application, maybe in other applications in plasma for directing the fields. We use the counterclockwise flow. Different configurations. So I tried this one. So we have the normal counterclockwise twist on the end. You can see here. And also we have a counterclockwise single coil twist. So it can be a continuous loop. This has a different effect. This has an amplified effect, faster. I've tried one of these loops. It works faster. So there's also a counterclockwise counterclockwise double coil. So there's two coils, a coil inside and outside. So this works also fine. I tried this also. So some of the designs I made are use the pens. If you have your old pens here, as you can see, there is a removable Gans health tubes. Maybe we'll just discuss this next week. So we'll just focus on the nanomaterials. Here, there's the coil and the pointed copper wire. You connect it, and this is an old hard plastic pen container. You can recycle, just remove the pen and you can use it. Instead of using the tubes, you have so many pens there, so we can use it, recycle. These are my products. So first, I just replace it here. This is nano-coated wire inside. And you can also see, you can have your ball pen still. Then here is a coiling. You just coil it and just point it. I'll show you the next picture. The other products. So here, you can see, I focus here. There's the two pens and there's the nano-coated nano-coated wire here, very tiny. It still heals, even at that direction. So only this plastic point touches the skin. Even I don't touch this point of the skin, it still works. So it's just it's a guide where you're pointing it. So I made plenty of it. So those I have made coatings. The one green tape are single coil. This one is a double coil. The thin tape is just normal, the ordinary, the first setup. And all it works. And we can have future designs to multiple. So it depends on how to load it with different Ganses. So I need to learn and test on different Ganses what are the effects yet. And here I have the portion that I have processed the different conditions. So toothache, so many toothaches here already. I have processed less than 3 minutes. Headaches, 5 minutes. Back pain, about 10 minutes. Muscle pains, about 10 minutes. Joint pains, 10 minutes. Jaw pain, about 3 minutes. Itchiness on skin, gone, about 3 minutes. So about almost 20 people already have been processed here. And I have also given out the design to my friends already, and they're using it. And it is also effective to them. So I already processed one doctor, a friend doctor, and she was really shocked when I applied 2 of the nano health wires on her foot, and suddenly her 1 week pain on her foot disappeared. So those are the things that they're so shocked that it disappears instantly. And I just explained to them what happened, what was the condition. In my understanding, it's just the fields in the surrounding, also my field, the fields of the person that heals, and the body receives it, and the body processes it to energize the different cells, and your body heals by yourself. So you don't need any medication at all. It's already built in our system. And I have another design here, which I think Mr. Kesh will soon elaborate. The different sizes of coils can be tested as well. So on different effects or different illnesses. So you can have a different size of coils, 10 centimeter coil, 9 centimeter, a different lengths. So which can treat different types of ailments. So these are for testing. So it's for us knowledge seekers to do these tests. And I believe this is already in our hands. So nobody can get this from us. So this will be shared to as many people in your community, the world, so that we will not be a slave again with all these drugs and medications. So everything here I've learned through experience, and also I thank Mr. Kesh for the knowledge. And here I have applied it and seen great results. And hoping that in the future we'll be expanding all our knowledge and keep on testing on the different things. And we will, I will share here in the Philippines, our team will share all our knowledge to the world, what we have learned. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all.